Welcome to the world of Nightingale, a fantasy survival game where we travel through portals to find our way through the Fey realms, and well, I'm going to see how much I can get done in 24 hours. So big shout out to Infliction Games for sponsoring this video, and make sure to go check out Nightingale by using the link in the description. Now let's start our adventure. By picking hard mode. That's right, this adventure will be all on hard mode, because I like a challenge. Will I regret this decision? Maybe. But I ain't changing it. So we start our adventure in some gloomy caverns, but I'm not worried as Puck is here to guide me through my first portal jump by giving me a few cards. One being a major card, which kind of decides what kind of realm it is, and the other one being a biome card.
Fly, realm walker. The fiends have caught your despairing stench.
And this landing us in a byway forest realm, where I was told to get some food because I was starving. So I picked some berries, found this hope echo of a past realm walker, made myself a campfire to cook up them berries, then Puck gave me some more cards to jump to a desert biome realm, where it was hot, and well, I collected some sticks and fiber to make this sweet ass tent. Also made a bedroll, sleeping bag, to get some rest. Then I made some makeshift tools from rocks, sticks and fibers before Puck made fun of my tent. Like, I'm supposed to make a full-on mansion in this desert. Come on now. Like, I just started.
Still, I expected more than that lowly truss of sticks and the haphazard cudgel you now hold.
Snap your way out of existence after talking crap about my tent, man. All I knew how to make. Gave me more cards, so I jumped through another portal to a swamp byway realm, and where I was tasked to hunt down and kill these mutant kangaroo rabbit things and use their bones with fiber to make some healing slave, which is cool. I can heal myself now. Lovely. Then Puck told me to think about where I wanted to go next, where I wanted to call home, and well, I picked the forest because scuff living in the heat of the desert, and I ain't Shrek. I don't live in no swamp. And with the cards he has given to me, I set the portal to open, and this will lead me to what will be considered my home realm. But first, these bound, spawn, devilish evil things came through the portal to kill me, which was some swift action from me. I slayed them all, and jumped through the portal to land in a nice forest that, as Puck says, has been left in limbo and forgotten about. Well, I won't forget about this place. This will be my home. But these wolves will, since they no longer exist and I just completely destroyed them. Then my hunt for a buildable location began, but first I needed to slay these bound that have taken over these ruins with... And with them all dead, I got the favor of endurance. We need to get my estate down to claim a plot of land, and thanks to that amazing blueprint system, I planned out my first home. Yes, it's a wooden box, but it will do. With some grinding, I got most of the house done. Completed a quest about building, which even though it's not done yet. And then Puck told me about essence traders, which I need to find one to unlock a sewing bench. Find them later. I gotta finish off this house. And with it done, that feels good. A humble abode. I then set up a bedroll so I can actually get some sleep. Made my first simple workbench and tanning station, and now with that workbench, I can make a few simple tools to increase my gear score and feel less like a pimp squeak. And with these new tools, I slayed a bound occupation. Before finding the essence trader of the realm and bought the crafting recipe for a sewing bench. Then I met David and he needed some help, so I quickly built everything he needed, unlocking this magic chest, voila, with some essence dust in it, which I used to buy the crafting recipe for a simple sword table, then recruited David to aid me on my adventure. I was able to build the sewing bench, but I was missing animal fiber for the sword table, so I hunted down a few things and killed them, so I could turn their meat into fiber. But first, I completed this ruined puzzle and gained another favor of soaring. And well... Oh my god, I got super jump! Yeah, it makes you jump super high, and I also love the low gravity. Don't take no fall damage, it's great, it's fun. I also unlocked the simple umbrella by completing this puzzle. Then I returned to my base and finished building the sword table. Then I crafted every piece of simple clothing, increasing my gear score to 20, and also made a sling bow before slightly crapping my pants by this ghostly beast screaming its head off right outside my base. Like, I have no time for that. I have an umbrella to craft. I went back to the essence trader just to buy the simple mole crafting recipe, which I quickly crafted back at base, as we're going to need it when I enter the Aquarian Site of Power, as I need to unlock the Aquarian Magi card to progress further in my journey in the realms. And well, this place is filled with bound creatures and I had to slay them all. While fighting my way through this horde of bound, I faced a new one with a sword for an arm, and well, poor David went down to this fool. And I had to pick him back up during battle, but in the end we defeated all the bound in this location. I then activated this machine at the bottom of the Site of Power, and well, it spawns in an automation fabled knight that does fire damage and is incredibly strong. But I made that simple more for a reason, and this was it. To deal massive damage and be able to block most of the amount of damage that the knight was dealing to me. And once I slayed that knight, I was able to collect the crafting recipe for the Antiquarian Magi card, which I need an enchanting table to make, so I went back to base, made a spinning wheel, mortar station, masonry bench, and then the simple enchanting table. It's getting a bit full in this base, but we'll fix that out later. I then crafted the Antiquarian Magi card and a forest biome card that I used to open a portal to a new realm. And through the portal, where I met one Mr. Ortega, who had a quest for me, and that was to obtain some tier 1 essence, which can be used to upgrade my gear to uncommon gear, which is slightly better. So we headed into this cave, which had a horde of bound just waiting for me at the bottom of the staircase.
Oh, that's a lot of things.
Well, I had to dodge, weave all their attacks while landing my own to their heads and slay them all, which, doing so, allowed me to open up these 2 Hope Echoes, which also gave me a decent amount of tier 1 essence, more than what I needed for the quest. But I wasn't done in this cave. There were more bound further down, and well, I slayed them all, found another Hope Echo to release, and also found a chest with a synchronous Lotus, and well, Puck had some sweet words to say about it.
What's this? Intrepid fleshling, claiming bounty from atop the long-forgotten obelisks of fairer folk. Yet hast thou any inkling of what thou holdest cupped in mortal midst? The synchronous lotus is no simple bauble, but a potent fey bijou, filled to bursting with a mere... Forget not that it was we who bestowed magic unto man. Without such generosity, what might the children of Earth have been reduced to? Though, even with my kin absent, there is great danger in plucking our pelf, while foregoing reciprocity. What luck we two are friends, that I may beteem this boon unto you. And since you now possess the means to power it, I have another gift to grant. Want the means to construct a portal of one's own. In eons past, portals were notoriously taxing and toilsome for humans to conceive and maintain. However, in the turmoil following
I can make a crude portal.
I chanced upon a newfangled arch design. You need only seek the materials required to raise this crude apparatus and place the lotus therein. Erecting it will use it well, realm walk.
Wow. Ain't that magnificent? That's right. I can make my own portals now, which is sick. My quest continued with Mr. Ortega giving me a simple upgrade bench crafting recipe and telling me to upgrade some of my gear with that tier 1 essence I collected. But before we did that, I had an essence trader to speak to and see what stuff I could buy. But the only thing he really had that I grabbed was the crude second story building piece sets, which is going to come in handy when I make my next base. I returned to my home round to make the upgrade bench, and the first thing that I upgraded was my simple axe, because that's what I've been using this whole time to kill everything, doubling its gear power rating. Then I made an infusion to increase the durability of my new upgraded axe. And then I returned back to talk to Mr. Kager to find out my quest was done. Due to getting the Synchronous Lotus earlier, I kinda skipped the next part of this quest. So, cool. But I've been told that I need to find one Nelly in a Herbarium Desert Realm. So, that's what we're working for now. But first I need more tier 1 essence, and well, doing these occupation sites and puzzles are boosting it up. I then entered into another cave occupied by a bunch of bound, but this cave was different. It had a mini portal at the end, and well, my curiosity got the best of me and we entered that portal. Finding like a mini challenge realm where like it had like a few little challenges. First part was pretty simple and then gave me a chunk of tier 1 essence. Then there was like this little rest area that had some handy stuff, so that was cool. And then I finished the next room for even more essence, and once at the end I collected another Synchronous Lotus and left the mini realm pretty happy with myself. Pretty happy with myself that I entered the portal in the first place. I returned back to my home realm and upgraded basically every piece of my gear bar 3 things, since I was just a little short on tier 1 essence, but I'm feeling much stronger now. So it's time I entered the Astrolab Site of Power to gain the ability to make another major card. But first, as all sites, this place is filled with bound creatures that I have to slay. It's my first time facing this dual-wielding sword bound, and it's this floating witch one. That made me use my brain a bit to defeat them, but of course I slayed them. And well, the boss at the bottom this time was a bishop, which also spawned in these little golden dudes that I had to destroy before I could lay any bit of damage on the boss. But in the end, we destroyed it as well, gaining me the power to make the Astrolab Major card now. But before we do more realm walking, I need to find a new space to call home, somewhere to make an epic base, and well, I found this floating block thing, and I want to see if I can build up a base up there. But first, we kinda need a way to get up there. And well, I made this makeshift wooden stairwell, and well, after cutting down the tree at the top, I found out it was not going to be a very viable place to build, as all I could get was 2 foundations down, so that's just not going to be enough space for me to work with. So I decided it's time to apply a minor realm card to my world, which this feast card increases the length of time food affects my health and stamina. Also means I don't get hungry as much, so I think it's perfect for your home realm, right? Then after searching around the realm, I found a spot to call home, and I started laying out my new base, a much bigger base than the small wooden shack I started with. I'm in love that I can visualize the base I am building before even wasting time gathering resources, and it's gonna be epic. But you know what, to build this thing, it is gonna require me to grind, and I mean grind a lot of resources. This is a pretty solid big base. Also, to save on the grinding, I'm going to dismantle every crafting station at the old wooden shack, then use the resources from them to make them back at the new base. Like, no point having them in this wooden shack anymore. And after lots and lots of harvesting of resources, the base frame was finally constructed. And look at this absolute beauty of a home. There is more space up on this hill for even more building in the future if I need to. But it's now time to enter the Provisionaire Site of Power, and while I ran into a bound that has fire powers, and oh, I was not ready for this one, not one bit. Flaming ball bag, come on at me. Keep this. I managed to take him out though, but I knew I needed to have all my gear fully upgraded, and we needed lots more potions. So I went back to the Forest Antiquarian realm to face a Fey Tower, which starts off as a simple horde of bound creatures to slay, giving me a bunch of tier 1 essence for completing it. Then a jumping puzzle to get through the second floor, and once we made it to the top, I had to slay some more bound to complete the tower, which adds every point of interest to my minimap, and also allows me to play a minor card, being this Dragon's Horde Amendment card, which increases the amount of loot I can find in a chest, also increases the damage I take though, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword of a card, but I guess it's going to be worth it I also found a bunch of people trying to use this machine to unlock this puzzle core, and well, I helped them do it by defeating all the Baal that attacked while the machine was going, and giving me even more tier 1 essence. And with all that tier 1 essence, I was finally able to upgrade my last few items. Then we made some new cards and headed to an Astrolabe Swamp Realm, which I quickly went and defeated the bound at this realm's Fatale and activated the weighted card, which increases my damage output and efficiency of harvesting, but also makes me fall super fast and increases my fall damage. Like, look at me drop from the top of this tower. Luckily, I had my umbrella to soften my fall. Then I spotted 2 people who needed my aid in building stuff, and this person on my right has a full-on village going on here. Like, why do you need a full-on village just for yourself? And I thought I got the other house done by the Essus trader, but it had some open toolboxes that needed crafting before I could open the magic chest and get this essence. Yeah, done. What you give me? 60 tier 1 essence. I then started work on the village buildings, and well, grinding for resources, I forgot I put that weighted card on and broke my ankles from the small fall. And David had to come pick me up. That's kind of embarrassing. But in the end, we got the village built up and scored myself some more essence. I put down this fairy ring down, which means if I die, I'll respawn here when in this realm. Also found the second essence trader of this realm, but before I could give a browser what he had to offer, we were attacked by some hangry hippos, and I had to take them down out of the swamp. When browsing after that, something else came along, something creepy. It just had to be 2 of these harpy ugly things, and well, that's us dead. Oh no, David. But look at this beautiful night sky as we travel back to my dead body. And well, it's kinda as beautiful as you guys like in the video. Right now. Do it. It helps out. I did manage to actually shop at the Essence Trader before I made the simple alchemy bench and bed for my base. And now I think it's time we get back into the provisioner side of power and slay all these down fools and absolutely destroy the automation fabled knight at the bottom to unlock the crafting recipe for the provisionaire major card. Then Wilhelm Sassy, I'm just gonna call her Sassy from now on. That's the first part of the name. That's no. Said there was some dude in a provisionaire forest realm that was a lawman, and she wanted info on what he was doing there. So we opened up a portal right away and headed to a provisionaire forest realm, where I faced a mutant boar-like creature, and its power level is 70, which is much higher than my 40. But I slayed it with ease. Hit that thing in the head enough times, it's dead. Yes. I found the Essus trader of this realm, and well, he had a bunch of refined crafting benches, which I bought all of them, as making better gear sounds good to me. I did find a lawman called Bass Reeves, and I don't think he wanted to talk to me, but in the end he sent me on a quest to get headshots and heartshots. Now headshots, that was easy. I got them all on this bear like nothing. But I have never gotten a heartshot so far in my 10 hours of playing, so maybe I need to get it going. So I returned to my home realm to build all them refined crafting stations I had just unlocked, and once I got the workbench done though, I made myself the refined wood axe and upgraded it straight away to see my gear score increase. Followed this by making the other refined tools and upgrading all of them. And once I got the refined sewing bench made, I crafted my first piece of Taper's gear and upgraded it of course, but I need more resources. But first, let's finish crafting the refined benches, and then I made myself the Lancaster pistol. Finally made my first portal in my portal room of the base. I then found the cave in my realm that had sulfur and coal in it, which I need to make gunpowder so I can make bullets for my pistol, which can shoot 4 bullets at once. Well, that's one way to break your door. Oopsies. I mean, that literally damaged my door. Well, after that fumble, I returned to the Astrolabe Swamp Realm to hunt down a bunch of creatures to get more tier 2 hide and meat to make more tapper gear. I also got the heart shot I was looking for. I got the heart shot I needed. Yes! So, with my quest done, I returned to Bass Reeves and got the information on who he was hunting, and well, a certain Sassy wanted to know this info. And at first I couldn't let it out, but I had to know what she was going to give me for the info. And yeah, that wasn't really worth it, so I felt like I just backstabbed Bass Reeves there, so I'm not going back to the realm he's in ever again. So let's head to the herbarium site of power and slay all them stinky bounds in sight until we reach the top where we face another fabled knight. And well, don't know if I like fighting it up here, but we need to slay this thing so I can progress. And of course there's full spawns and little minions that I have to deal with first before I can hit him.
Oh god.
Then the unthinkable happened.
Oh god.
No way. You know when you kind of get thrown off a bit of a loop and you just forget all your keybinds? That's kind of what happened there. That's why I spammed every key trying to get my umbrella there. Well, after that devastating fail, I returned with a vengeance and, well, with some brains as well, as I decided to fight the knight inside the tower so he cannot force me to fall off again. But this also means I couldn't run around as much to dodge as much damage, but in the end I slayed him.
One more big hit. Yes!
And obtained the crafting recipe for the Herbarium Major card. And with that knowledge, I opened a portal to Herbarium Desert Realm, the place I am told is the closest way to Nightingale and where I'll find Nelly. I had to try and scale the sheer cliff face, like some mountain goat as she was up there, but I couldn't make it this way. So I hopped down and ran into a stinking scorpion that was trying to kill me. This was fun, he got a few pistol blasts to the head. Then I spent far too long trying to complete this puzzle, and I just could not find, for the life of me, the last sigil. It was just nowhere to be found. I wasted so much time here. So I gave up on that and made the climb up the cliff face on a different side. And there happened to be an essence trader here who had a few refined crafting recipes that I just had to buy. Then I talked to Nelly Bay and, well, she said there is no way to Nightingale. But there is a place she is trying to get to, and well, she needs a few things, so another quest for me to take, and...
Jesus, David. David. Too close.
Too close.
Oh my.
Bro, David's really getting on my nerves. I swear I want to slap David sometimes. This guy's creepy.
Ho, ho, ho. The explorer's second doth keep her promises. While I regret that returning to Nightingale must wait many moons, Nelly's recourse has refilled your spirit, I see. The omen I carry is thus ill-timed. Whispers unfurl. Something is rotten in the realms, and it's more than the requiem being sung for Earth. As I took a knightly form, a little jay, yet not all jays can be trusted.
Also, Puck seems very wary of this place, but oh well, it's time to slay all the bound inside the Bay Tower of this realm and activate a minor card to spruce it up. I then built a remote realmic transmuter at base, which means I don't have to travel across the realm to play a minor card, which is cool, and I can do this in any realm I want. Then I opened a portal to an Astrolab desert realm in the hunt to find Victor, as he was going to help me obtain one of the 3 things Nelly needs. But first, he has a quest to obtain a bunch of bound samples, and some of these I have not obtained yet. So it's time to go on a bound extermination just. First, I'm deleting every single one in this realm's Fey Tower. Then I also found another challenge portal realm thing, this one I'm going to call it from now on, to slay even more. I then returned to my home realm to enter the Gloom site of power, where I faced a new bound variant that seems to buff fellow bound around her, and dropped one of the 3 samples I haven't seen yet, so that's epic to know. But she wasn't the only new face around here. This dude with a giant hammer wanted a piece of me. And well, at first it seemed easy. I could just sit back, whack him in the head and back off. He couldn't hit me at all with his hammer. But I guess he had enough of my BS, and well, he's now charging at me like an enraged bull.
Okay, this turned into a much harder fight. Oh, no, what am I stuck on? Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap.
Cool crap. And I was not ready for this, not one bit. There goes my life. Yay. But I wasn't gonna let that death slide. This beast shall die today. Oh. That's right. They gave me the lumber U. So I need to find another link because they only gave me one. I need two. Then I had to face two Fabled Knights at once, which I was very not prepared for, and well, I fell to the pressure of them. It's fantastic. So before returning to fight them again, I made myself a crap load of potions. With my second attempt, I made sure to target one at a time, and once I slayed the first knight, the second one was a piece of cake. And now I have the ability to craft a Gloom Major card. I returned to the Herbarium Desert Realm, hoping to find the last bound I'm looking for, but instead I found a puzzle that, even to start doing, I need to get halfway up the monument. Do I need to find a favor of soaring? Is that what I'm gonna do? Okay, cool, thanks. So I went back to clearing out bound, but a knight was lurking, and well, after gaining the favor this ruin had, favor of soaring, I started working on the knight, but I realized I should go do that ruin, so I dipped and did the ruin. And completed that puzzle monument, which is cool, gave me some more essence, that's all we wanted. Then I came back and slayed that knight for interrupting my bound excursion. I then slayed even more bound, but no luck on finding what drops a halo medal or another big hammer dude, so we're still a bit lost on this quest. I made my way back home and made the hermetic flame enhancement and applied it to my axe, which now lets me infuse it with fire magic, and when I smack things they burn. Also, I made the recovery enchantment and applied it to my hunting knife, so at any quick moment I can heal myself up, which is kinda nice instead of having to rely on potions. I also opened a portal to a Gloom Forest realm and got to use my flaming power on these Bandersnatchers, and well, watching them burn fills me with joy. Also, the Essence Trader had the refined upgrade bench crafting recipe, and I snatched that thing up so quick, made it, and started upgrading my tools to their next level. But I didn't have enough tier 2 essence to do everything, so I went and did the Fade Tower in the Gloom realm. And well, that just got me enough to deck out with full rare gear. Now it's time I enter the last site of power, the Hunt site, and well, this is where I will face the last bound creature I needed to find. This dual-wielding, throwing demon thing, and also may I add that the swarm enhancement I made is so good because I can send a bunch of bugs at them and it just does damage over time, and I can sit in a safe spot and watch them die. That's great. But these guys drop the hollow metal I was looking for, so all I need to do is find another hammer dude. I then slayed the Fabled Knight and Fabled Bishop pretty easily and obtained the power to make the Hunt Major card. And so I set up a portal to a Hunt Forest realm and a Hunt Desert realm. So yes, both of these realms have creatures I need to slay. And well, failing this puzzle on purpose, not really, it spawned the hammer dude in. So after slaying every single other bound, I got this dummy in a loop trying to get me like he could not figure out how to jump over this little pile of rubble, so I got to slam him with a bunch of bullets to his head. And that's how I got every bit of bound samples I needed for Victor. But Victor had another quest for me, another collecting one, and well, it was for tier 1 automation rook pieces, and well, the Astrolabe Desert Realms rooks only give tier 2 pieces. So I had to open up another portal to an Antiquarian Desert Realm and slayed a bunch of rooks for their parts there. I don't think Victor agreed with my methods of obtaining these parts, but oh well, he gave me the recipe to making the offering to get the oil I needed for Nelly. But there's one problem. This recipe needs chamomile seeds, and I don't have any. So the hunt for some chamomile seeds or chamomile commenced with me checking the swamp biomes, the forest biome realms, asking every Essence Trader with no luck, and then in the desert hunt realm, I spotted the sun giant who I need to either give an offering or slay him. So I'm getting myself ready to slay the sun giant. And well, once I returned to the hunt realm, it was on sight with him. And my lord, did he just send me flying in the air? Oh, this ain't going to be an easy fight. The swarm attack was doing little ticks to his health, but he has a lot of health, and since I'm doing on this hard, he's level 115, his gear power 115, whatever you want to do. And well, getting up close to land a fire blow with my axe isn't the best option either, as that's just asking me to get stomped on, and he doesn't really take much damage from the fire. But then I got a strat working, with me sending the swarm in from one side, and then getting as close as I possibly can, and blasting him with the multi-shot from my pistol, in the head, dealing a good chunk of damage. And well, this went on for a bit, until I got him to below half health, and well, he spawned in an absurd amount of automation rooks, and they absolutely smoked me. Wow, holy cow. Dude, the rooks coming in, what is this fight? And then did it again when I tried to get my gear back, but on the second time I get my gear back I got it and ran for my life. And I thought I can get away from these things, but nope, these things were on my case like nothing. They wanted my ass out of here. No matter where I went, they were there to kill me. And well, they did. They did get me again, as I was randomly weighed down. I don't know how, maybe this is part of the Sun Giant's boss thing, he really goes by, but I guess that's what happens on hard mode. Because it's hard. And our 24-hour journey comes to an end, and me accepting my defeat to the giant for now. But this ain't over. So leave a like if you want to see more Nightingale. Make sure to check out the game, and we will see you next time.